Jai Guru. I think I shall try to chant the shloka today. Swamin namaste nataloka bandho karunya sindho patitam bhavabdho
मामुद्धरात्मीय
kataksha drishtya ऋज्व्याति कारुण्य सुधाभिवृष्ट्या स्वामिन् नमस्ते
स्वामिन् नमस्ते स्वामिन् नमस्ते स्वामिन् नमस्ते.
Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. So the voice is not yet good to chant shlokas properly with bhava. This shloka is very dear to my heart, and I start all my discourses and talks chanting this shloka, which says, O Lord, Swamin, Namaste, Namahate, my prostrations at your holy lotus feet. It is by the Shishya who in this world finds that the world is always giving either happiness or misery, doubt, anxiety, tension and stress, fear. And he thinks that who can save me from this adversities and my fear to face all these things which I don't like. So he goes to the Guru. We'll come to that portion. He goes to the Guru, prostrates at his feet and says that I feel very much scorched by the miseries of this world, which comes on and off. So please rescue me, lift me up with your glance, which is full of karuna, full of mercy. So this is the shloka. And when I started reading Vivek Chudamani and came across this shloka, I felt, feeling of completely surrendering at the feet of the Guru. When it says, the Shishya is saying, Namahate Swamin, I do pranam at your feet. It is like melting at the feet of the Guru. Giving oneself completely, giving oneself unreservedly for being molded at the hands of the Guru. One may not be always having dukkha in life. There are moments of sukha also. Happiness is also there. But the feeling that whichever trait disturbs me, whichever situations bring in disturbance, agitation, affliction in my mind, O Lord, please lift me above all that so that I become placid, always having a feeling of prasada, prasannata, feeling of placidity in the mind. So I generally start with this shloka. Now we stopped at shloka number 8. And what did we discuss yesterday? That this world which comes to us with various kinds of miseries and happiness, one must understand to be able to get liberated from that. That is, getting liberated from the shackles of the mind. We must understand what our real identity is. What is this self? What is the soul? And in doing so, we must make an effort. The sloka said that there are 3 things very rare: the human birth, the yearning for liberation, and the Mahapurusha Samshrayaha, that is the association with a wise, self-realized Sadguru who will take care of you. And it also says that if we don't make an effort to know ourselves, what this I is, who am I, what is this soul, then we are actually killing ourselves. We are committing suicide because we are not looking for what is immortality. We are remaining happy with whatever is mortal. This whole world, including our body, is mortal. It is perishable. There is end to everything. But the soul that I am, my real identity, is imperishable. So in this 8th sloka, Shankaracharya is saying, Ato vimuktiyai prayateta vidvan sanyasta bahyartha sukhasprihassan. So, for mukti, to know one's self, which we must understand that once we know that there is an aim, there is something to be done, there is a higher purpose in life, this life is not to be led ordinarily, just living the life, eating, sleeping, maybe acquiring money, comfort, wealth, name, fame, recognition, prestige, etc. Is that all? No. There is a higher purpose. What is that purpose? Again and again, Shankaracharya in these 3 verses, and this is the 8th one, he is constantly saying that we must know ourselves. So, prayateta, you must make effort. Not only that, you must make effort, full effort, complete effort. Not that you give a small place to this effort. This effort has to be total, complete, perfect. And how you can do it? Sanyasta bahyartha sukhasprihassan. See, as I was telling, all of you are Vidwans. You know, you are on this path already. So you know about Atma, you know about Brahman, you have been listening to many lectures, you have been meditating, you have some knowledge. And all that knowledge is still a knowledge, an intellectual knowledge. Now, even for that, or to progress in that knowledge, why should we progress? If we are still happy with the little happiness that we get from the world, from the outside objects, so many things are there to distract us, attract us, allure us, and constantly asking us, come, enjoy me. You will get a lot of happiness. And that is what people do. So, you will find that our mind is not fully given to this knowledge. It's not that we give it a supreme position when we want only this and nothing else. No other attraction in this world is dear to me, dear to the seeker. We have not yet reached that state. So, only when we understand that the sukha that this seeking or knowing the self, the sukha that is going to give us is much higher than the sukha, than the happiness that we gain from worldly objects through our senses. When we know it, then only we will feel like going behind it, seeking it, and making effort. See, whatever we like, we make effort. Suppose I like to eat something delicious, and the mind is very much given thinking and thinking that today I will make this item and serve everybody and eat myself also. We'll make all arrangements. We'll buy the ingredients. If we have to cook ourselves, we will cook. And even if it is hot weather, we have to spend some time. We'll cook it, serve everybody, feel happiness and eat myself also. Similarly, our mind has to be absolutely given to this seeking. Absolutely means what? No other happiness is happiness for me. Such seekers will only think, how will I attain the self? How will I know? So sannyasta, renouncing all kind of sukha-spriha, the desire for happiness from all kinds of objects in the world, renouncing that, what one should do? One finds that even if that mumuksha has come, the mind is feeling that this is the aim of life. I know whatever, I am very comfortable. I've got money, I've got house, I've got dresses, I've got some little prestige here and there. Life is very, very comfortable and convenient. But still, I know that ultimate supreme happiness is in knowing the soul. I know that. Then, I also feel that this is the supreme. But I do not know how to proceed towards it. I have read in the books. I have listened to lectures. But I find that I really do not know. And I find that my mind is not fully focused in this thought. It just goes away to other things which interest me. I cannot say that in my mind, in my life, my whole aim and my desire is to attain the self. So, Shankaracharya is saying, when you feel like this, you must go to a guru. Go to a guru. Santam mahantam samupetya deshikam. Deshikam means guru. Who is a sant, who is a mahant, he is very noble. He has all the good qualities. You must go to him, tenopadishtartha samahitatma, and whatever upadesha he gives about the self, about the way that you should take, about the path which you should tread, you should contemplate on his upadesha and try to meditate. We must have a guru. So, in this 8th shloka, we are coming and understanding what Shankaracharya is saying, that this is a vidya, this is a knowledge, and to obtain that knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, what is that knowledge? To know about your identity, that you are not the body-mind complex, you are the soul which is eternal, imperishable, unaffected, changeless, birthless, deathless, taintless. So many qualities can be told about the self. You are that. And if you can be seated in that knowledge, established in that knowledge, realize that knowledge, then you will be able to cross fear and death. So, you must have a guru. One must have a guru. See, when we study, even if a set of parents, they are teachers, they will send the child to the school. Under whom? Under teachers. And the teachers will teach. Similarly, this is such a vidya, such a knowledge. One who knows this knowledge, one who has tread this path, one who has experienced, that person only can teach you. Just like in schools and colleges, we are getting taught by such teachers who know the subject. Similarly, here, this vidya, Mundoka Upanishad says, Yaya, this is a vidya, para vidya, which is Yaya Tadaksharam adhigamyate, by which you will be able to know about the akshara, the one where there is no change, imperishable. That imperishable soul, about that you will be able to understand. So, now, this sloka says, next one. See, in every Upanishad, like in Kathopanishad, it says, Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapya Varan Nibodhata. It says, when somebody has the feeling that I must know myself, then the Upanishad is saying, Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapya Varan Nibodhata. Like that, everywhere it is like going to the teacher, the Guru. Now come to sloka number 15. And going to the Guru, what happens? How he goes to the Guru, that we will see. And when he goes to the Guru, this sloka is Ato vicharah kartavyo jijnasur atmavastunah samasadya daya sindhum gurum brahma viduttamam. And the Guru is Daya Sindhu, he is an ocean of mercy, and he is Brahmavid, Uttamam. He is the Shrestha, Jnani Shrestha. He is a supreme knower. To him we go and we ask him. Now, in this text, Vivek Chudamani, before Shankaracharya proceeds, he says, what kind of a person is eligible to come to the Guru and ask him questions? So he says, a person who knows a little, who has some disciplines, who has read something and has mumuksha, he has started understanding that neither in this world nor in the other world he will be happy with anything. That is, he has vairagya. So, Shankaracharya says that such person is eligible for asking the Guru or going to the Guru and asking him to let him know or guide him for self-knowledge. This person, the Shishya, must have fourfold qualities. Sadhana Chatushtaya. I'm not going to talk about Sadhana Chatushtaya. Mr. Swamiji, in last month, he had taken these classes. But it will be good. I don't know. Many of you have listened to these talks, where Mr. Swamiji has very elaborately made us understand what are these qualities which makes one eligible to know the self. See, it is just like, suppose a child is studying in class 1 and you try to explain to him high philosophy or very subtle things about science. Will he understand? He will not. You must make yourself ready to receive the knowledge. So, in making oneself ready, this Sadhana Chatushtaya plays a part. I'll just mention them. It is Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha, that is, you must have Viveka. Always you must be introspecting between what is Shreyas and what is Preyas. What is ultimate good and what gives us short-lived pleasure. What gives long-lasting pleasure and what is permanent and what is impermanent. What is real and what is unreal. So, whatever we are interacting with, always the mind should do vichara to understand, interacting with any of these, am I going to get the ultimate good? Or is these interactions through my senses only taking me outward and not allowing me to go inward? This viveka should be constantly there. Then, ihamutra phalabhoga viragaha, vairagya. That is, nothing attracts. You have had everything. You understand that everything is fleeting. The pleasure that we get for a little while, you will find that pleasure is not permanent. It is fleeting, transitory. Say a child is born to parent. There will be lot of festivity, lot of parties, lot of happiness everywhere. But so many things can happen. The child may die. Then all this ananda will go. The child may be very good in studies, giving a very good job and all that, very well settled. But he doesn't look after you. He goes away from the family. So many things can happen. Or maybe the child doesn't study, cannot earn anything, he is in dukkha. His life is always in misery. Then also he will be in dukkha. Such things, so many examples can be taken to show that even though there are happiness from worldly objects, and those happiness may continue for a long time, but ultimately they give us only unhappiness. Even though everything is okay, the whole life is okay. You are staying very comfortably, children are very well settled, you are quite spiritual in your mind, and you are having a guru also, you are having spiritual practices, listening to lectures, doing worship. But suppose you have a disease in the family, then what will happen? All this will go. Once somebody asked me that, Ma, I want to ask you something. In my family now, from my mother's side and my in-laws' side, everybody is well settled. My children are also well settled. There is happiness and happiness. We all get together, we talk, eat, or go sightseeing. So everything is very happy. But my mind is very, very anxious. I am always fearful that suppose something happens and this happiness is disturbed. So you understand? When there is everything happy, still the mind is feeling that suppose I lose something. So the mind should start thinking like this, that vairagya, all the happinesses, all the enjoyments, we will enjoy, but not get attached to anything. So, ihamutra phala bhoga viragaha, not only enjoyment here, not also desiring that after I'll do lot of punya karma, very good work I will do, so that I will go to heaven. Even not desire that. So, iha is here and amutra is hereafter, that is in the otherworldly life. No attraction is there. Vairagya. Shankaracharya actually discusses vairagya in a very, very stern manner. In Aparokshanubhuti, he says, like kakavishta, the droppings of a bird, of a crow. Suppose you are going on the way, you find that there are droppings of the crow or any bird or even human being. What will we do? We'll try not to step on that. We'll try to go away from that. So this viraga should be like this. All the enjoyments which are alluring us, knowing well by our viveka that these are not permanent, we should go away from them. Then 6 qualities, shama damadi, shatka sampattihi. Shama is the restraint of the mind. Dama is restraint of the senses. Titiksha is forbearance. Uparati is bringing the mind away from the worldly attractions to the lakshya, the aim, that is on the soul or Brahman. So whatever we are doing, you will find our mind goes here and there. So reminding the mind again and again that the aim is to remember God or remember soul or remember Brahman. This is uparati. Then shraddha. Shraddha is the faith, the steadfastness. And Shankaracharya has described this as Shastrasya Guruvakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharanam. What is that? Having strong faith. considering this as the ultimate, what? Shastra Vakya and Guru Vakya. 25th shloka. Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhi Avadharanam. Unless to tread this path, the spiritual path, the path towards the aim, I'll again and again tell you, don't forget, there is an aim. So, that aim we should always remember. And what we should do? We should increase our mumuksha. That is, we should try to increase or strengthen our yearning to reach our goal. I'm remembering, my knees were very bad. So, I could hardly walk at one time. And one year, I think it was 2010 or so, there was Kumbh Mela in Haridwar. Those days, Swamiji used to visit Delhi CIRD during March. So when we went to Delhi, the Kumbh Mela was going on. So Swamiji said, having come here, should we not go for Kumbh? So it was decided that some of us will go. Now to take Swamiji somewhere, all of us will like to arrange for his stay, food, etc. It was decided we'll go early in the morning, reach by about 10 o'clock and go around and see and come back by the night train. We're not going to stay, but still the whole day we have to stay somewhere. And that is the time in the Gayatri Parivar people, they welcomed Swamiji and they had made arrangement for him to stay in, it was Shanti Kunj, Shanti Kunj. In their university, there was a guest house where they gave rooms for Swamiji and devotees who have accompanied. So we could cook there. Some devotees went early and started cooking, etc. Why I started saying that in the evening we decided to go and see Ganga Arati. I was hardly able to walk. I could not sit down. But naturally, I was also going. And I remember half the way when we had walked from some point, I felt I will not be able to walk at all anymore. But, that yearning to see the Ganga Arati made me walk. Somehow I went, holding hands, resting somewhere. The knees were getting completely locked at times, but reached that place. So, why I remembered this, when there is an yearning in the mind, there is a way. And this yearning we should try to increase. If we know, as this shloka in Bhagavatam says, knowing that there is nishreyasa to be attained in this life, attaining which you will be permanently happy and fearless. You should start making attempt for it immediately, without any delay. So, this mumuksha has to be increased. Every day we should think, what is attracting me more? Is my spiritual pursuit attracting me more? Or other things are attracting me more? What other things? It can be anything. In the household life, there will be many other things. Your profession, your way of life, your people with whom you live, many things. Comfort, luxury. And in the ashram, those of us who are blessed to be at the Guru's feet, for us, how do we judge whether our mumuksha is increasing or not? We too have to do it. It's not that only the people who are in the household so far, they have to do. We too, the ones who have stepped into this renunciate path, they must see every moment whether the mumuksha is increasing. How do we judge that? We have to see whether we are becoming more and more selfless, whether we are getting bogged down by importance, competition, dislike for some particular work, or prejudices and preferences. All these come in the ashram also. We have to look into all that and see that mind, whether the mind is yearning, weeping, thinking that I do not want anything that afflicts me and disturbs me. I want only to know myself, or, oh God, I want to know you. So these things, it is like this. So, where was I? I too have Shraddha. Now, how do you really grow in mumuksha? Shastrasya guruvakyasya satya buddhyavadharanam. We must feel that whatever is written in the Shastras, see, we are reading the Shastras and it says that you are the Atma. We have not yet realized. But we must have a faith on whom? On the teacher, the master, the guru, the preceptor. He is saying that you are the self. Tat tvam asi, Guru says. And we must have a faith that what he says is correct. He is saying this because he has realized it. He is saying this because he has tread the path. And whatever is told in the Shastra, Guru is saying only that. That faith in Shastra Vakya and Guru Vakya, it has to be there. And it has to grow from a little point, filling the whole world, the whole mind, everything. What the Guru says, that is the reality. And he shows us the path. So, Shastrasya Guruvakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharanam. So, Shraddha, Samadhana. What is Samadhana? Samadhana is whatever we hear from the Guru about the self, that my real identity is the self, I am the soul. I am not the body, mind, intelligence, but the soul, which is the witness, which sees everything, from where everything comes out, the source of everything. So, we must meditate upon that self, to be established in that self-knowledge. Then comes mumuksha. So, viveka, vairagya, shamadamadi, shatka sampatti, and mumuksha. And mumuksha, I just now said. Then one very nice shloka is coming to my mind. It is in Bodhasaraha. It says how the mumuksha can increase. Just by coming and listening to Guru's lecture or listening from the Guru will not do. You must do his seva. You must do his seva. What is that? Vidusham vitaraganam annapanadi sevaya sangatya pranayenapi mumuksha akasmiki bhavet. That is, a Guru, a Sadguru, who is very well versed in the scriptures, and he is vitaraga. He has no desire at all. He is self-realized. We must serve him, not only with food and things which is necessary for keeping his body fit. Not only that, we have to serve him in all manner, whatever is necessary for him, and doing that service with lot of love. Sangatya pranayena api mumuksha akasmiki bhavet. Then mumuksha will develop and it will simply become like a wildfire. Why? When we do service to the Guru, some will do physical service, cooking for him, looking after his items of necessity. Some will do help him in his work and his mission. Everything is seva. So all this seva if it is done lovingly, then automatically Guru is pleased. His kripa then flows, and because of that kripa, he will be talking to you whenever you are. He will be explaining your path, your difficulties. He will make everything very simple for you. So, mumuksha. Now, we come to this 26th verse. Sarvada sthapanam buddhehe. Sarvada sthapanam buddhehe.
Sarvada sthapanam buddhehe.
Shuddhe brahmani sarvatha.
Shuddhe brahmani sarvata.
Tat samadhanamityuktam.
Tat samadhanamityuktam.
Natu chittasya lalanam.
Natu chittasya lalanam.
Sarvada sthapanam buddhehe.
Sarvada sthapanam buddhehe.
Shuddhe brahmani sarvatha.
Shuddhe brahmani sarvatha.
Tat samadhanamityuktam.
Tat samadhanamityuktam.
Natu chittasya lalanam.
Natu chittasya lalanam.
The samadhana has been described in this shloka very well. So, at all time, trying to fix and focus the buddhi on Brahman and making it remain there. That is, the mind will get distracted to many things, but by upariti, bring the mind and try to focus on the thought of the self. This is samadhana. Natu chittasya lalanam. So this samadhana has to be practiced. What is this fourfold qualities? The Sadhana Chatushtaya. One becomes eligible for this knowledge when one has these qualities: Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadamadi and Mumuksha. In that Shamadamadi, here we are discussing the samadhana, where we will try to focus our mind on Brahman, our soul, by meditation. That is, we have to do meditation. And it should not be a mechanical meditation that every day, morning and evening, I do meditation. And I remain in class 1 always. That is, there is no growth. If meditation is becoming deeper and deeper, mumuksha will increase. Viveka will increase. Vairagya will increase. These fourfold qualities, each helps the other to increase. It's not that after Viveka you will get Vairagya, then you will get Shama, then you will get Dhamma, then Mumuksha at the end. It's not like that. By the increase of one, all others increase. So, this meditation also, or even if you are not meditating, you are maybe reading something, you are trying to understand, your whole mind is there. Or you are listening on some text, some lecture, your whole mind is focused in that. But has it increased your mumuksha? Have you thought that, now I have understood, I will have to do this also to grow a little further in my quest and in my attainment? Or it is just reading, making notes, referring from this book to that book, similar shlokas where they are. It is intellectually you will feel very fulfilled. But that is not knowledge. For knowledge you have to grow more. You have to have mumuksha. That all these are means, these are not end. I have still not reached. So you will ask the Guru, if you find him sometime sitting alone or any time, that I am doing all these things, but I feel that I have not grown further. What else has to be done? And what he says, We have to listen to that. We have to ruminate on that, reflect on that, and take to that discipline. This is very, very important. I'm telling you from my experience, this is very, very important. We just get stuck. But getting stuck is not a quality of a seeker. If you are a seeker, you cannot get stuck anywhere. If you are a student, you cannot get stuck in class 1 or class 2 or class 3 and fail. You have to rise one step above the other, one step above the other, until you reach the end, or at least you understand that you are going forward. Or if you are not able to understand, you ask your guru, you ask anybody, have I changed? Do you find any difference in me? This should be done. If we are not doing it, we are just complacent. We do not want it. Going to a certain level, we are happy. So, those people are not eligible. Shankaracharya right in the beginning says, you must have all these, then only you are eligible. But see, we'll still read because we want to know what he says. But in this sloka 28th, next one, 28th. Mandamadhyamarupapi
Mandamadhyamarupapi
Vairagyena shamadina
Vairagyena shamadina
Prasadena guroseyam
Prasadena guroseyam
Pravriddha suyate phalam
Pravriddha suyate phalam
Mandamadhyamarupapi
Mandamadhyamarupapi
Vairagyena shamadina
Vairagyena shamadina
Prasadena guroseyam
Prasadena guroseyam
Pravriddha suyate phalam.
Pravriddha suyate phalam.
Now Shankaracharya is saying that yes, all these qualities may not be very strong in the beginning. It may be according to the seeker, it may be sometimes a little low, sometimes it will be a mediocre type. This moksha, vairagya, shama, etc., shamadamadi, etc. But by Guru's prasada, kripa, all this increase and allows the seeker to go forward in this path. So, when a person has a little mumuksha and understands that he needs to know how to go forward in this path, he should go to a guru. And who is a guru? 33rd shloka. Shrotriyo vrijino akamahato
Shrotriyo vrijino akamahato
Yo brahmavittamaha
Yo brahmavittamaha
Brahmanyuparata shanto
Brahmanyuparata shanto
Nirindhana ivanalaha
Nirindhana ivanalaha
Ahetukadaya sindhuhu
Ahetukadaya sindhuhu
Bandhuranamatam satam
Bandhuranamatam satam
Shrotriyo avrijino akamahato
Shrotriyo avrijino akamahato.
So, the Shishya now goes to a guru. Here's why he is going. He has understood in this objective world, nothing can give him any happiness. He wants to remain unaffected. He has understood that even if happiness is there, all those happiness just pass away. So what is that permanent thing? What is that knowing which I will feel that nothing else is to be attained? What is that knowing which even in the face of the greatest adversity, I'll be stable? This is his quest. So he has gone to the Guru. And what kind of a Guru? Guru must be like this. Shrotriyaha. He is well versed in all the scriptures. It is not only well versed. He has realized the essence of the Shrutis, essence of these scriptures. See, one can be Shrotriya also. One may be well versed. Those who are professors, philosophy professors, teaching the Upanishads, Advaita Vedanta and all, in the universities, they also know. But it's not like that. You have to be that. Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. The one who knows, who has learnt about Brahman, who has got the knowledge of Brahman, he becomes Brahman himself. That is, all his qualities are like the Brahman. He will be moving around having those qualities. So he is Shrotriya Avrijinaha. Avrijinaha means he is absolutely sinless. He has no sin. All virtues. He cannot do any sin. Akamahataha. He is not smitten by any desire. No desire at all. This Ihamutta Phalabhoga Viragaha is not attracted by anything. If he gets food, it is okay. If he doesn't get food also, it is okay. If somebody looks after his clothes, it is okay. Otherwise, he will wear whatever is there. You know that shloka, no? I have been chanting it many times in many of my discourses. It's a very, very, I will try to chant. It's a shloka which I like very much from Vairagya Shatakam. Kaupinam Shatakhanda Jarjarataram Kantha Punastadrishi Naischintyam Nirapeksha Bhaikshamashanam Nidrashmashane Vane Swatantrena Nirankusham Viharanam Swantam Prashantam Sada Stairyam Yoga Mahotsave Pichayadi Trailokya Rajyena Kim Kaupinam Shatakhanda Jarjarataram Kantha Punatstadrishi. For such a person who is realized, he may be having his Kaupinam Shatakhanda Jarjara. That is, the Kaupinam is torn at 100 places. Kantha Punastadishi. The Ruttarium by which he covers himself, and when he sleeps, then also he covers himself. Kantha. Punastadrishi. That is also like the Kaupina. It is torn and tattered at 100 places. Naischintyam nirapeksha bhaikshamashanam nidrashmashane vane. Naischintam nirapeksha bhaikshamashanam. But he is nischinta. He is, suppose our dresses get torn. Before it gets fully torn, we start feeling that we must have a dress, one more. Or the mind will think about it. We will also, mostly people will feel that, oh, somebody sees me in torn dresses, it will not be all right. But he is nischinta, without any worry, without any anxiety. Naischintyam nirapeksha bhaiksha ashanam. And he, even if he is hungry, he doesn't look for food. He doesn't look for bhiksha. If somebody brings him bhiksha, then it is okay, he will eat. Otherwise, if it is not there, he will not eat. Nidrash mashane vane. For sleeping also, He is wandering, he is going from one place to another. He will sleep either in the smashana, the cremation ground, or even in a forest, or under a tree, maybe in the courtyard of a temple, wherever he finds. He will make his hand his pillow and sleep, lie down. And he will be embraced by his soul when he is sleeping. Swatantrena nirankusham viharanam. So, because his attitude is like this, he doesn't care for anything. He is independent of everything. He doesn't depend on anything. Swatantrena nirankusham viharanam. There is nothing to bring in obstacle to his wandering. He will just go from here, go there. Wherever he wants to sleep, he will sleep. Wherever he may sit down somewhere, some people will come and give food. If not, he will drink water. If available, he will. There is one more shloka where it says that the hands are made into a cup and there you drink water. Swatantrena nirankusham viharanam. But how is his mind? This is the external we have described. That his kaupinam is torn, his kantha is torn, and he doesn't look for food. He doesn't look for the place to sleep, but he is very happy. He is wandering about without any disturbance or obstacle by anybody, hindrance by anybody. And how is his mind? Swantam. It is in himself. Prashantam sada. It is prashanta. Prashanta. No modification. No disturbance in his mind. It is in himself. It is in himself. Sthairyam yogamahotsave pichayadi. And he is completely stable in this yoga mahotsava. Why is he swanta? Why his mind is inside? Because he is united with his own self. He is united with God in his heart. That is why he is absolutely stable. And that yoga, Kavi is describing as Mahotsava. It is such a Mahotsava. Trailokya Rajyena Kim. It's such a Mahotsava that yoga, that union with the self, is so fulfilling, so Purna. Like Nutan Swamiji is describing Purna in his Brihadaranyaka Upanishad classes. So Purna that why should he ask for anything else? Even if somebody gave the kingdom and the kingship of all the three worlds, he doesn't want. What will he do with that? What will he do with that? Because all kingdom, all wealth, all praise, all prestige, all name and fame, they are impermanent, transitory, fleeting. They will not stay. But he has been absolutely in the embrace of the soul, which is imperishable. And that is bringing about his ananda, his stability, his vairagya. He is absolutely getting fulfilled. He doesn't want anything, whether it is there, not there. Suppose somebody doesn't get food. Suppose such a jnani doesn't get food for a few days and the body becomes weak and weak. He'll die. There is no fear of that. He doesn't fear. That fearlessness, the state of fearlessness, that is what a jnani has. That is what a jnani can impart. A guru can impart to the Shishya. So, akamahataha. A jnani is akamahataha. Not smitten by any desire. So, he is absolutely fearless. Absolutely fearless. Yo brahmavittamaha. And he is brahmajna. He has known Brahman. He is the best of them. Brahmani uparataha. Brahmani uparataha. His mind is always uparati. I had just now explained to you. Upurati is bringing back the mind constantly on the aim, the lakshya. The lakshya is what? To know the Atma, the self or Brahman. So his mind is Brahmani Uparata. He may be moving around, seeing everything, but mind is always inside. Brahmani Uparata Shantaha. He is absolutely Shanta. He is absolutely quiet, tranquility. Tranquility and calmness is his ornament. And how can he become so calm? Nirindhana ivanalaha. What kind of calmness and tranquility? Nirindhana ivanalaha. Analaha is fire. When fire is burning, there may be so much flame, so much heat. But suppose the fuel has got finished, completed, then the fire will die down. The fire will not be there anymore. It has become calm and cold. You cannot light it anymore. Why? There is no fuel. If the fuel is not there, we cannot light any fire. So since anywhere where fire has to be, the fuel has to be there. Indhana should be there. Indhana is fuel. Now, a jnani's mind, the guru's mind is shanta like that fire which has calmed down completely. How it has calmed down? Jnani's mind, because there is no desire. His mind is absolutely calm because he has no desire. Why other people's mind is having agitation, disturbance, affliction? Because desire is there. We want to be happy. Or we want my life to be led in this manner. My job should be like this. Or my health should be like this. My children should be like this. Always we have a desire. Even if all those are not there, subtly, very small manner, what will be there, which is there in everybody, that I should be liked by everybody. Nobody should make a comment on me. People should be considerate to me. People should understand me. All these are little desires. Always it is there. He has no desire. If anybody praises him or anybody insults him, it doesn't matter to him. Anybody gives him a garland or anybody throws shoes at him, it doesn't matter to him. I was telling about this Kumbh Mela. So like, say our Swamiji. Our Swamiji, when he goes somewhere, mostly he will go to where his devotees are there. So a very nice seat will be made, it will be decorated, and rangoli will be put, flowers will be brought, so many things will be brought for his use, maybe for fruits and other things. People will give him dresses, garlands. But there are other places. I don't think that it affects him at all. And there are places where we have seen, when he used to go for movements, people who do not even consider that he is a guru or a sannyasin or a realized soul, nothing like that. They will behave with him in a very different manner. That also will not affect him at all. So, because there is no desire, the mind becomes absolutely shanta. And the last line, what it says, ahetuka daya sindhuhu bandhuranamatam satam. Ahetuka daya sindhuhu. He is an ocean of mercy without any motive. He has no motive. Whoever comes to him, bandhur anamatam satam, whoever comes to him, prostrates at his feet and sits at his feet, he becomes his well-wisher. Even if he doesn't prostrate also. So whoever has come in front of his glance, he has only good things to wish for that person. He is an ocean of mercy, karuna. This is the definition of a guru. You know, in our ashram, so many times people come with lot of sorrow. They may not say anything initially. Maybe they are not able to even express. From the face, even we can understand that the mind is having turmoil inside, a storm inside. Swamiji would say, why don't you laugh? Why don't you smile? How many days are you going to stay? 3 days. Okay. By the time you go from here, I should see you smiling. And we'll go and embrace that person. And it has happened. Many people, just by that short encounter, a little bit of association, all their heaviness, all their burden, they have left at the Jnani Guru's feet and have gone smilingly. This is what a Guru can do. Antashitalata. In Yoga Vasishta it says, Antashitalata. The Jnanis, their mind is so cool, so calm, that just like when we go near the seashore, the sea breeze will come and make us feel very cold. Sometimes I remember when we went to see Pacific Ocean in California, we were feeling so cold. So next time when we all went with shawls. And another time when Swamiji came with us, he just got down from the car. He said, I'm not going there. I'll feel very cold. So, why this? It is just a sea breeze. When you come near a Jnani, come near a realized soul, he may just look at you. He may see you in the midst of many people, but he has understood your mind is not well. And it starts working in his mind. So, when you come near, just by his look, he transfers that coolness so that the one who is getting scorched in the mind also becomes calm inside. Then comes the 34th sloka. Tamaradhya gurum bhaktya prahva prashraya sevanaihi prasannam tam anuprapya priched jnatavyamatmanah. So, one has come to the Guru, what he should do? With humility, he should do pranam to the Guru, and he must do some seva and make him feel happy. Make the Guru feel pleased, and then he should ask whatever he has to ask. You know, the next part I will take tomorrow because I'll be otherwise in the midst of it. What I want to say is that we must assess if we are true seekers, wherever we are, whether in the household or here living in the ashram. If seeking has taken a prominent place in our mind and we want to go forward in our seeking, we must assess ourselves. Assess and see how much the mind has gone forward. What all things are still quite attractive to me. Whether we can leave that, and that time also I can be in Uparati. Think of Brahman. Or is it that I am just happy with this little bit of knowledge that I have got and I am quite okay with it. I don't feel that I have to do some more sadhana or understand where I am having obstacle. Once, here earlier, wandering sannyasis used to come, and either old, sometimes young also. Swamiji would talk to most of them. Many of the sannyasis, the youngsters, sometimes I remember, Swamiji would say that you are always wondering, what do you gain? Don't you feel hungry? Do you get food? Then some of them have said, the Swamiji, initially it used to be very difficult. We won't get food some days, but it becomes quite okay with us. We just want to go around from place to place, and just be independent, thinking of God. So like some people would come and say, we have been wandering and we have become very tired. Will you please give us some place to stay for 1 or 2 days? Minimum, they will stay for 3 days. So once one sannyasi came. He was not very old, he was not very young also, but he had a brightness in his face. So he was staying here, and we observed him, did not come to talk to him. But I think the very first day, or maybe the next day, Swamiji, after dinner, called all of us and said that, come, I had very good talk with this Swamiji. I want all of you to listen. So we all went and sat. That was in the old building, which is demolished now. Our satsang used to be in the veranda. So we were sitting there. That Swamiji started speaking. And he said that he is born and brought up in Kerala. But at a very young age, like 17 or 18, he went to North India. He went to Rishikesh, Haridwar, and there he had studied under self-realized gurus in Kailash Ashram, learned all the scriptures, and he had the good fortune of seeing many other saints who are very, very well known in the sense that everybody knows that they are realized and how much knowledge also they have. So this Swamiji presently was staying in Uttar Pradesh in some village where he had wandered and gone, and then there the villagers had made a little kutia for him. He's staying there. There is a brahmachari to look after his food and all that. People come, he gives small lectures. In village, how many people will come to listen? But he's okay. But now he's taking a tour of South India. And in that process, he has come to our ashram. Somebody said, that ashram is very good. If you want to take rest, you can go to Narayana Ashram Tapovanam. And it seems, we have heard from these Swamijis only, the wandering sannyasis, that everybody spoke very well of our ashram, saying that we give respect and honor to the sannyasis who come, and we also make arrangement for them to stay and give good food, which they want. They become so tired by walking. So when we went to meet the Swamiji said all these things, and then said that I want to tell you that I had lot of moksha and yearning, but standing at this point of my life, I can say, where from I started my seeking, I am still there. That was like a bombshell, because we thought that he was looking very bright. And so our Swamiji said, why are you saying this, Swamiji? He said, yes, I feel like that I have not progressed much. Though I know I am quite learned, I know all the scriptures, I can give good lectures, but seeking wise, I feel that where from I started, I am still there. And that is why he looked at all the inmates. He said that I am telling you, you should be always very, very watchful about your progress. You should see whether you are progressing or not. You are at the hands of a realized soul like your Swamiji. You are at his feet. He's talking to you. In such close quarters, He can guide you. So, you will do a mistake if you do not assess at what stage of sadhana you are, what is the sadhana that you are still to do. So somebody asked that, Maharaj, why are you saying that you are still there where you started from? So he said, and also he was asked, can you tell us why this happened in spite of you are very learned, you are saying, you know, you have the knowledge in your intellectual knowledge you have, but still you are saying like this. So what is the reason? He said, lack of intensity. What I can say is, I had lack in my intensity. So later I asked Swamiji, what did he mean by lack in intensity? Then Swamiji said that you read the Aparoksha Anubhuti. He told me the sloka. I'll also take it later. Where what are the hindrances in progress? Shankaracharya has described. And this is one where anusandhana rahityam. What is anusandhana rahityam? You just become okay. Whatever I am doing, I am thinking of God, chanting my mantra, doing some meditation, reading some book, and feeling very happy, coming to the ashram, doing some service. That is not all. That is not all. Mumuksha and yearning. It means your yearning should be such as if you have fire on your head. You should be feeling like that. As if there is fire on your head. And whoever has fire on his head, what would he want to do? He would want to just look for water to jump into that water. So, when the yearning becomes such, one must have questions to Guru. We are so fortunate that we are able to talk to our Guru, sit at his feet. He is always ready to reply to our questions. I sometimes feel we are so blessed. There are so many ashrams, so many gurus, where there are so many devotees and disciples that they cannot even come near the Guru and ask something. And here, I think all of us, we are able to come to him, ask him, and know from him, what else am I supposed to do? What should be my next step? Am I to do something? Because I still don't feel that I am fulfilled. If one is fulfilled and feels like that, then of course there is no question. But if one is not, and if one sees that in spite of everything, all the sadhana that I am doing, I still have traits which make me victim. I still have raga and dvesha. So, ask the Guru. Ask him. That is the sadhana. I think in Guru Purnima and retreat, this is what we should. See, this taking the texts and all, it is just taking the help of the text, understanding what our seers have said, understanding it and knowing it. But the effort has to be individual effort. One must feel that I must go towards that aim, which is my aim. And my Guru has already put me on that path. I must walk on it. Okay? Kaupinam shatakhanda jarjarataram kantha punastadrishi naischintyam nidapeksha bhaikshamashanam nidrashmashane vane swatantrena nirankusham viharanam स्वान्तं प्रशान्तं सदा स्थैर्यं योगमहोत्सवेऽपि च यदि त्रैलोक्यराज्येन किम् स्थैर्यं योगमहोत्सवेऽपि च यदि त्रैलोक्यराज्येन किम्। जय गुरु, जय गुरु, जय गुरु।